automation versus AI versus agentic AI. Okay, from a finance perspective, what are the distinctions between these? And why does it matter? Because if you have a look, I know we've been talking about weeks. If we look at, say, the last decade, and certainly from a SaaS business perspective, etc., you have businesses trying to put as much automation in as possible. Now we're talking about AI. Is it automation? Where does it sit, and where do they sit together, or do they sit together?
I think they do. I mean, look, automation obviously has a meaning in the English language as, automating tasks. We've come, I think, historically for that to be, fixed automation and robotic automation. And one of the challenges of those, let's say you produced an automation process to help you import invoices, or there's countless ones in the finance. If something moved, the invoice number moved from there down to there. If something changed, it would break the automation. So the problem was with automation wasn't the automation was a problem. It was very brittle. You set it up for that process. If one little thing changed, the supplier invoices, they had a new logo, and therefore it pushed everything down a line. Sometimes that could break it. Now we've got with AI and these neural networks, these large language models, but at their core, they're all neural networks. They think, so they're not robotic. So they don't care whether the invoice is handwritten, whether every one of them's a different format, because it reads it like a brain. It goes, oh, there's the invoice number, there's the quantity, there's the amount, there's the GST. So AI enables automation to be significantly more robust. You can automate much more complex tasks. So at those two ends of the spectrum, AI, or current AI, these LLMs and what we all think of as AI today, is a massive accelerator of what we've always thought of as automation. So that's part of it. Agentic AI is really just, when we use ChatGPT, when we use Claude, when we use these chatbots that we have had introduced to us, they are information being shared back and forth with a brain, a digital brain. We ask a question, it replies. Agentic AI talks about, like in its simplest form, that same brain, because it is 100% the same brain, being given arms and legs and tools and access to things. So imagine, and this is the way that I describe this to my partners and my colleagues, imagine if you had a really smart person in a room that you could ask questions by slipping a note under the door. That was ChatGPT. You'd slip a note, it would give you an answer, right? Agentic AI, step one, we then gave them the internet. They couldn't use the internet, but they could search the internet. That was like when ChatGPT got a bit better. Agentic AI is as we say, hey, you've now got a phone. You've now actually got a computer you can use to create Word documents. Hey, here's a login and password to Salesforce. You can update records. So agentic AI is as you give the existing models and tools the ability to do things for you. That's the big difference. Now, agentic AI is, I think, one of the most overused, not overused term, but it's kind of the buzzword. It's just AI empowered to actually take action. So it's just as we move to the same capability, as opposed to question back and forth and answer, instead of me saying, can you tell me about how to prepare a set of financial statements? Here's an Excel trial balance. Can you create the set of financial statements? And can you submit them to the company's office?